Okay, so when you use Desmos to graph these, you probably noticed they're not the same, and that shouldn't be much of a surprise because the functions are very different. One of the things you'll notice I've highlighted on these graphs is I've put in a couple of asymptotes on each graph. These are those values that will never be able to be used in your domain and range. So in the first graph, we see that the asymptote is at x equals 0. And if we look back up at the equation, that kind of makes sense, because if we put a 0 in to our function for x, we end up with something that says 1 over 0, and we know that's a problem. So that's why we can't ever have 0 as an input. And then if we look at the second function, we see that the asymptote is at x equals 4. And again, going back to the function itself, if we put a 4 in, we get 4 minus 4, and we end up with 1 over 0 again. So that helps us figure out what our domain is going to be, and the fact that those two values can't be used in each of those functions. As far as the range goes, trying to figure out, why is it that we have an asymptote here at -4, and why do we have an asymptote here at 0? And I'm going to just let that one kind of sit in your head for a little bit and see if you can figure out why the range is affected the way it is, and we can talk about that in class.